In my humble opinion and in my experience, honestly, and this is going to be a little profound, like a lot of stuff I say and some people may not understand, but what makes a woman want to open, she's opening herself to herself, is when a man loves her. When a man loves her genuinely, she receives something and she's touched at a very profound place in herself. And then she begins to want to discover herself at that level, which means she opens herself to herself. Now, I know that some people will get very upset because how a woman needs a man, a woman can do this, it's been existing women's path. Yeah. Anyways, this is my take. So, and my take is definitely my take. So, in my experience, this is what I've seen. I've dealt with a lot of creatures from all walks of life. Bitches, witches, all kinds of creatures who's full of switches. But at the end of the day, in regards to what I'm speaking about, it's always systematically the same. If and when the woman feels seen, that means loved, in other words, something is like a pathway is created. And she may have developed other pathways, but it ain't got nothing to do with that. All kinds of pathways. I'm telling you, I've dealt with a lot of creatures in my life. All kinds of witches. You can't even not imagine the skill set I've encountered over my short lifespan. No, I'm not talking about this. This is witchcraft. I'm not talking about witchcraft. I'm talking about something else. And it always comes from that. Yeah. And then from this point on, she cannot act like there's not something else besides her shenanigans. And maybe she'll decide that she wants to venture into that darkness, which is herself. Listen, woman is the representative of darkness. And when we say darkness, people think it's evil, it's horrible. No, darkness is like the night. It's not evil at all, it's just fucking darkness, okay? So let's cut the crap. But she's the representative of darkness. She is infinite void. Void not as shit, void as the emptiness in which all is born. Literally a womb. So the woman in her exploration of self, in her tantric exploration of self, is literally discovering or exploring emptiness. But not emptiness like the fucking Buddhists. I'm talking about full, creative, the potential to receive infinity. That's fucking empty as a fucker. Like, think about it. Like, a potential to receive infinity. It's got to be a big-ass black hole, man. It's so big, it's infinitely black hole, but that hole isn't, it's empty, but it's full. It's a container. So it's not just a shattered vase expanding eternally like a fucker on LSD. No, it's an infinite vase. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So her exploration literally takes her into the darkness. And in emptiness, not emptiness, I feel sick because I'm lonely. That's disease. No, it's a symptom of disease. No, I'm talking about literally the power of emptiness. Just like the man, he has to experience himself as the power of fullness, which is fucking intense, right? Like a magic wand. And he has to learn how to contain himself with all that intensity, all that creative, infinite power. Well, it's the same, but it's the opposite, which is emptiness, which is not, it's shit, it's empty, it's worthless. I gotta say that because people are dumb, so I have to explain stuff. So in one way, you have to deal with the intensity of fullness, and in the other way, you have to deal with the intensity of emptiness. That means the intensity, like the calling, infinite calling for power. The vacuum that attracts, dare I say, God towards itself. That's intense, man. You got to learn how to deal with that. As a woman, you got to learn how to be in such a space. And everything that's in the way and all the nonsense and all the attachments, that's not emptiness. That's trash in your shit. You know, take that shit out. All that nonsense is in the way of your creative potential. And the creative potential of woman is emptiness, if you understand what I mean. She's not the bringer of seed. She's the presenter of field. A vase, in other words. I think there has to be nothing in it besides herself. Anything else, any mental construct, if there's a seed that comes in, it's going to birth that mental construct. Yeah, but what does a woman really want? She wants to birth herself. So that vase has to be pure, chaste would be the word, meaning it's uncorrupted. That's what the word chaste really means. So there's only her in it. Aha! Aha! And then comes the homeboy. Yeah. And he got to bring the wand of light. And he's got to light that shit up, man. Now you better be a super phallus, bro, if you want to light infinite creation of darkness. You got to be like God to light that shit up. Think about it. I don't think I'm going to push a little further. I'm not going to push further with this one. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed this little moment. Let's move on.